Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Supp-Talk Radio. Whether you're downloading this on iTunes, YouTube, or Podcast Garden, we appreciate your time. My guest today brings over 10 years of industry experience, having been a VP of operations for a well-respected supplement retailer, then on to iForce Nutrition, where he was a successful national sales director. Fast forward now, he's a partner of a rapidly growing supplement company. Allow me to introduce Mike Bires of Motiv8 Performance. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Sean.
So tell me a little bit about the company. I stumbled across you guys on maybe Stack.com, or I forget how I came across you guys, but like the story and obviously like the products.
Yeah, so Motiv8's been around, I guess you'd say, officially 3 years. We really relaunched at the end of 2014. My two business partners, we had talked, as you said in the intro, I used to be the sales director at iForce Nutrition, and I loved it there. Learned a ton about the brand side. It just wasn't something that I grew up playing sports and was into fitness, but I'm 39 now, so it was something that I was always really into, health and wellness, and I really wanted a brand that I could be proud of to, recommend to my mother who's 60, my sister who's 40, or my niece who's 20. And I always felt like iForce was a great brand, but they were more on the edgy, hardcore side of things, so it wasn't something that resonated with me. I wasn't a past bodybuilder. I was always into fitness and athletics, but never into bodybuilding. So fast forward to end of 2014, I actually left iForce. I was looking to start my own brand, and I had a history with Joe Ekstrom, who's founder of Nutrition Zone, a big chain out in California. He has numerous house brands at that company. He's always been great at product development, always had the best interest in health and trying to use the best ingredients, something that works, what's good for you. Always try to stay away from the ingredients that were borderline, I guess you'd say, and unsafe. So that's where, I had a little bit of background with Joe and Trent. Joe had partnered up with Trent in the last couple of years, and Trent is a marketing genius. He used to own a company called Tyku, founder of Tyku, which is a huge liquor company, which seems weird, tying it to supplements, but just on the marketing side, he was just so good and very creative and, innovative and always trying to kind of push the envelope. So Trent, used to be a professional soccer player, so he had the same interest in fitness as well. So long story short, Trent and Joe kind of partnered up on the Nutrition Zone side, and then, we always stayed in contact, and I told them that I was looking to start a brand, and they said, hey, we've got this brand Motiv8. It's been around less than a year. We're going to revamp it a little bit, but, we need someone that we can partner up with as well that kind of knows this space, and me having a few years under my belt on the iForce side gave me a good understanding of the space. So that's where kind of it all began. We partnered up. I love Trent and Joe's vision of Motiv8 being a brand that was all about empowerment and, changing the industry and not just having bikini models and bodybuilders, but, let's celebrate the woman who was 250 pounds who's now 225, or the guy who, had a bad back and now he recovered. You don't have to be a professional athlete or a bodybuilder to be successful in your fitness journey. So I love the messaging that Trent and Joe envisioned. I love the products that Joe had in mind. And my background was in retail before the iForce days, and I just loved that I could offer my retailers across the country a great brand that was going to, be effective, customers were going to love, and I was going to protect them a little bit. You weren't going to see our brand kind of, I don't know, for the lack of a better term, just, poured out online, I guess. It's something that is a common flaw in our industry. And at the end of the day, we're all here to change people's lives and make people healthy, but we're all trying to make money as well. So I feel like the vision on the retail side was great too, because it allowed our retailers to make money and have a true business partner in the industry. So that's a short story long, I guess, but that's kind of how everything started and how we got to where we're at.
So, Mike, you mentioned the word relaunch. So when you joined on board with the other two gentlemen, did you have to actually reformulate, or were you able to just keep some of the products that they already had outgoing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. When I first joined with Joe and Trent, all they really had was one product, and it was just called Motiv8, and it was really a energy kind of pre-workout powder, and that was it, one SKU. And during the relaunch, we focused on just really everything from, we started with Motiv8 Burn, which is our flagship product, Detox, and Skinny Sleep. And then we kind of grew from there. We just had so much demand for other items. That's when we started to expand on the protein side and the multivitamins and the fish oils and all those types of things. But yeah, when we relaunched at that point, we really only had one product, and the packaging was totally different. It was more a neon, flashy packaging, and we just totally changed everything and really launched the brand the right way, I guess you'd say. January of 2015 was when we all talk about the brand, we really talk about 2015 was our first year, 2016 was our second year. So that's kind of what we've gone by when we talk about the brand.
So now you mentioned that you've got I'm going to paraphrase here, a full spectrum brand where you're hitting people from, a large array of ages and different body types and demographics. Mm-hmm. Do you think that the industry is maybe skewed more towards, more the competitive, more the athletic, where maybe this is a new area you're trying to penetrate a little bit more?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of the brands target that crowd. They're the low-hanging fruit, I guess. And I just felt like, again, I give the same example over and over, but, like my mother's a great example. She's 60. She's watching Dr. Oz. She sees something. She calls me and says, hey, should I take this? I'm like, no, Mom, that's just kind of a fad thing. And I feel like the general public wants to be healthy and they want to take supplements, but they just don't know what to take, and they get intimidated by it. And of course they get intimidated by it. You go to anybody's social media or ad campaigns or any magazine ads, and it's, my mother's not going to look at a bikini model and say, oh, I want to take that supplement. Or even my niece, who's not into fitness, she's into fashion, and she's athletic, but, she sees some of the ads that are out there, and she's like, well, I don't want to look like that girl. I don't want to be like that guy. I just want to feel better and, and be in a little better shape, So I think that was one of our targets, was we really wanted to educate and, let the average Joes, if you will, know that supplements are for them as well, and not just for the person who's looking to be a professional athlete or a bodybuilder, if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. So let's talk about some of the products that you guys offer. Again, I know you have a very full spectrum from A to Z, where I know that's some areas that companies don't offer, that they're more focused on one side versus the other. Maybe we can discuss some of the better sellers and maybe some of the things that people can look for while using the products.
Yeah, I think, a quick overview on the brand. A lot of people see it and see all the different colors and don't necessarily understand what that means, but we're up to 4 colors now, and we really wanted that we really designed that initially for the consumer experience. When they go to our website, our purple line is our weight loss line, our blue line is our everyday line, our red line is our performance line, and we really recently launched a pink line, which is our beauty line. So, we feel like customers can go to our website, and if my focus is weight loss, I can go right to the purple line, and I know what I'm looking for. If mine's more everyday health and wellness, we can go to the blue line, and then, like I said, if I'm focused on performance, more athletes, that's where I can go to the red line. And now recently with the beauty, we just have launched the one SKU right now, Motiv8 Beauty, but that's in our pink line, and we feel like that's another one where not too many supplement companies have really focused on that. They've kind of thrown products in there, but there's a lot of benefits to taking a beauty product for hair, skin, and nails and whatnot that a lot of your people out there don't even know exist. So I guess, if you touch on our core SKUs, Motiv8 Burn by far is our top seller. It's a fat-burning energy drink. A lot of people use it. We call it a fat-burning pre-workout because pre-workouts have become so popular in our industry, and that's something that people understand what it means. But our flavor system, amazing. We have 5 flavors. I mean, they taste like whatever your favorite drink is, Kool-Aid, Gatorade. Like, even when we taste test, we'll have 100 people in our headquarters all try it, and we'll go taste test it. When we did our lemon iced tea, we went to the gas station. We literally got all your high sugar iced teas, the Nesteas and the Snapples and all that stuff, and we taste tested them against blind taste tested them against the Motiv8 Burn lemon iced tea, and the feedback was heavily on our lemon iced tea Burn, which is sugar free and carb free and all that stuff. So we really spend a lot of time on flavor systems, just because we know that we understand that if someone doesn't enjoy the flavor, it's going to be short-lived. Even if it's working, it's somebody, we don't want someone dreading to take our product. So that's for Motiv8 Burn. Really, the effectiveness of our fat-burning formula, there's a million ingredients that are great. Like teacrin's a great one that we use that a lot of people don't use. I'm sure, as you know, it's an expensive raw material, but the biggest thing about Burn is you don't get those peaks and valleys, and that's where we try to spend a little more money on the formula to where you don't get the ups and the downs and the crashes. You get a really clean, long-term energy that keeps you going all day long, and really that even the general public can use. It's not, your people who love kind of the strong, crazy pre-workouts still love the way they feel on burn. One of my retailer's accountants, he would sip one of the hardcore energy drinks all day just to keep him focused for doing accounting, and he's like, I can drink 10 of these a day. I'm not even going to feel your Motiv8 Burn. And now he takes Motiv8 Burn, and he's like, man, it may not be as strong like jitteriness, but he's like, the way I feel on it, I feel I feel really good, and it's a really clean energy. So we have people use it, Motiv8 Burn, everything from a daily fat burner to replacing the rock stars and the energy drinks, that they're used to drinking. So that's Motiv8 Burn. Again, by far our number one product, our most effective for people that ask us, hey, if I'm going to take one product in your line to lose weight, what should I take? That's by far, the most popular product. If you can't do stimulants, our detox and our skinny sleep would be my primary recommendation for those people. But really, if you can handle stimulants, Motiv8 Burn is the one. And then, our ultimate weight loss stack.
Mike, if I can interrupt for just 1 second, without obviously asking you for the secret sauce, can I ask you how much caffeine is in that? It's always a common question that people like to know.
Yeah, I believe, I always forward them to our product development team, but I want to say it's 200 milligrams. So,
okay.
a strong
I appreciate that.
Starbucks, I guess you said. Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that I see, that we're so over-caffeinated as a society, but in the same boat, I've learned that sometimes too much caffeine, too little caffeine can ruin the brand, can ruin the product for you.
Yeah, we tried to really build the formula around the other stimulants, not the caffeine, because we understand that the caffeine is, although people feel it, it's a more of a jittery energy. So that's where we really didn't want to depend on that, but we knew we needed some in there. But depending on it is what gives the general public, like, man, I felt like dizzy and, I felt a little jittery on that. And that's usually because it's over-caffeinated, but caffeine's cheap. So that's why a lot of people go that route,
Sure. And you mentioned two other products as well.
Yeah, so the ultimate weight loss stack is our burn, and then our detox and our skinny sleep. Detox is really a cool product. It's, with the Casca Sagrada in there, it's obviously going to promote regularity, but the big thing is it drives all the toxins out of the organs. The bentonite clay in there is going to absorb all those toxins, and then the aloe, Casca Sagrada, senna, ingredients like that are going to make sure that you're going to the bathroom regularly to excrete those toxins. So, we always recommend you consume a good amount of fiber as well, because if you're driving all the toxins out of these organs, you want to make sure that the fiber is there to absorb those toxins, but the detox is really going to do the rest of the work to really get the toxins out of the body. It's a full body detox, which is really cool. And again, anybody can really use it because it doesn't have any stimulants. And then skinny sleep, just a nighttime weight loss product. It's something that it naturally increases HGH, puts you in that more restful sleep, that REM sleep. So, when you're in that deeper sleep, you're going to burn more calories, you're going to recover faster. It's really marketed as a nighttime weight loss product, but it does so much more. I mean, we have so many people that use skinny sleep just as a nighttime sleep aid, and they've tried the medications and stuff, and they woke up groggy and stuff like that. So those three together, everyone who ever asked me, like, what's the most, what's the best thing I can use to lose weight? And it's like, if your budget allows, the ultimate weight loss stack is by far the most effective because it hits weight loss from three different angles with your metabolism, your detoxification, and then your restful sleep and your HGH. So it's a really cool combo stack that kind of covers everything, and it's safe and effective, and people love it. So those would be our flagships, if you will. Yeah.
And just quickly looking at the skinny sleep, because I know that's a category that's very popular nowadays, whether it's resetting receptors, whether it's trying to get a restful sleep. And looking at the ingredients, I could safely assume that there's probably not going to be any grogginess or, as I say, zombified feeling in the morning, because you're more on the natural side with the melatonin and some of the other great things as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that was kind of our whole focus. That was the biggest complaint when we were researching sleep aids, even some of the more popular ones out there. It's the reviews that we would see online, the people that didn't like them. It was always just waking up feeling almost hungover, and that was something that we wanted to make sure that ours gave you that restful sleep but didn't have the hangover feeling, because what's the point when the whole idea of a restful sleep is you want to wake up feeling refreshed, and we feel like again, Joe being the product development guy that he is, he developed a great formula, and the feedback's been amazing on it, so we're happy.
If you don't mind, let's spend a couple of minutes on your performance line, because I know obviously maybe a little more hardcore than the weight loss.
Yeah, so our Motiv8 Perform, when we first launched it, we had Motiv8 Muscle, which was a good formula. It just was, I don't want to say weak, but it wasn't as is strong for that performance crowd that was looking for. We then launched Motiv8 Perform, which is, again, our pre-workout, but we really market it as same idea as burn when it comes to a clean energy. It's not over the top jittery strong. We always tell people you could take Motiv8 Perform before you go play basketball, and you can still shoot free throws, and you're not going to be, all jittery airballing your free throws, I guess you'd say, like some of the pre-workouts. So I remember back in the day, I used to take pre-workouts before I played basketball, and it's like I love that I was rebounding and driving and jumping, and I was a crazy man, but I hated that if I had to stop and shoot a free throw, I was, a little on the jittery side, So go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say kind of like that tweaking feeling.
Yeah, exactly, that tweaky feeling, So we tried to create a pre-workout that was almost like a pre-sport that people could use before athletics and get that enhanced performance, but without the jitteriness. So that's our Perform. Our flagship product in the performance line that has really taken off for us is Motiv8 Strength, and it's something that we have a lot of kids who use it, adults. Again, no stimulants. It's a really great form of creatine, not a cheap form, but a good non-dehydrating form of creatine that really has helped with strength and, increases ATP just like a lot of the creatines. And so more strength, endurance, energy, no shakiness, and then with the citrulline in there, it helps buffer lactic acid a little bit so you don't get that burn as quick. So it really allows you to train longer, harder, again, even play a sport longer with zero stimulants, and it's good across so many different age groups and men and women that strength has really taken off in the line. And then last is our performance protein, which is a really cost-effective, low-calorie, low-carb, low-fat, high-protein, 5-pound protein supplement, and the taste is amazing. Right now we have we're going to be launching cake flavors in that line, and right now we just have the chocolate cake and vanilla cake, but they both taste. The chocolate cake tastes like Swiss Miss chocolate, hot chocolate, and the vanilla tastes like a birthday cake, vanilla cake. So that's the performance line, and it's done really well. Like we've gotten recently, we've got a lot of the contestants off American Ninja Warrior taking that line, and that's been a big, I guess, really helped with awareness of the line because we feel like we almost stumbled into being the weight loss brand in the industry, which is not a bad thing, but we definitely wanted to make sure that we wanted to hit more than that. We wanted to make sure that we could reach more people than just people looking to lose weight. And I feel like over these last 6 months or so, we've really done that with our performance line. And like I said, adding Ninja Warriors and surfers and skateboarders and football players and stuff like that has really helped expand the awareness of that performance line, and the feedback's been great.
And Mike, with the performance protein, is that I was trying to look at some of the labels, just a little tough to read. Is that a blend of concentrate, or what is it exactly?
Yeah, it's a time release blend. So we, even me personally, I've always liked the blends that I could take and keep my muscles nourished for 2 to 3 hours rather than a straight whey isolate that I still like the whey isolates for right after my workouts, but the protein blends are nice because they a lot of people use them as their breakfast supplement or in between meals or as a snack, and it's so we've used the whey, the egg, and the casein, like a lot of your protein blends, and made sure that you get that whey that's available that first hour, that egg that's available that second hour, and that casein that's available that third hour to kind of keep your muscles nourished over a 3-hour window.
Sure. And I know you mentioned that the beauty line is somewhat new. How's that moving for you thus far?
It's been great. Same thing. We had some key people across social media who tried it, and we never make any promises like, hey, let's send you a bottle, try it, and let us know your thoughts. And same thing, the reviews on it have just been amazing. So we've been really lucky, and it's everything from hair, skin, and nails. So it's kind of an all-in-one supplement, and it's the nail growth is something that is easy to notice, I guess. We like having impact products, and we feel like hair and nail growth is something that you can see right away. Women know, I go get my nails done every 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is. So when they start taking a supplement and all of a sudden it cuts that down by 2 weeks because stuff's growing so fast, that's an easy, it's easy for a customer to realize, wow, this is working. A multivitamin, sometimes you take it and you're like, I think I feel better, but is that because I'm working out or exercising or eating better? But when your hair and nails are growing fast, it's great. And then the skin, a lot of these women that have had just issues with moisture and whatnot, they've liked the way they felt with the beauty on their face and their skin and their overall. There's collagen in there, which really helps with the softness and moisture in the skin as well. So yeah, that line, again, we really just started, I guess, educating and promoting on it, but we're really happy with the feedback on it, and we're going to continue to expand that line as well.
Now, did you guys get into that because maybe it was a untapped market for more of a supplement company, or is it just something that you guys have sounded like you're passionate about?
No, we actually, we did feel like there just was nobody who was doing it, not to disrespect any other brand out there, but just nobody who was doing it well in our niche. There's a lot of great health and beauty companies out there, but in the supplement side, there's just nobody who really did it and educated. And, and again, I keep saying educated, but it comes back to education a lot. I go back to my mom and sister and all that stuff. Like, if my niece at 20 knew she could take a product that's going to help with her skin, like, she didn't even know that existed. Everybody takes the creams and all the external stuff, but a lot of people don't realize that, you got to start from the inside out. So, again, went back to education. We really just want to let people know that, hey, if you're looking to, really help the health of your hair, skin, and nails, like, start from the inside out, and it's actually going to save you money. A lot of these creams are $80 to $100. You're going to see more in 30 days on a supplement that's healing from the inside out than you are on a cream that's $80 to $100 a month. So it's something that we just felt like there was a hole in the market for it, and we want to make sure that when there's holes in the market, we try to fill them the best that we can, as long as we're capable of doing it. And so far, we've been able to. So.
And again, to kind of reiterate what you said a couple of minutes ago, is a lot of people don't realize that a lot of times it starts from the inside because there might be something, an organ that's not functioning right, that in turn is doing something on the outside.
Exactly. Absolutely. If you're not giving your body everything it needs, you can put all the creams on your face every day, but your body's still it's why people use those creams in a lot of cases and don't get the results they're looking for, because their body internally is still lacking something. And until you fulfill that need, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle.
So, Mike, how do you guys approach R&D? I know you mentioned earlier when it comes to flavoring that a bunch of you guys sounds like sit around a table trying flavors, but how do you guys figure out what's the next great product you guys want to release?
Usually nowadays the demand is driven by our consumers and our retailers. So it's something that if we get retailers or consumers coming to us and saying, hey, do you guys carry this, or I wish you carry this, or I buy this from this, I buy everything from you guys, but I get this from this other brand, we look at it, make sure it's something that makes sense, and then if we can make a great formula that's affordable for consumers, we'll do it. So I think when we first started, it was about what we kind of not guess, but we all have a lot of experience in the industry. So we sat down and said, okay, what products do we really need to cover these different categories? So in the weight loss line, what are the three most products we feel are most important, and let's make the best in those categories. In the everyday line, what does everybody need? And that's where, we decided back then it was just a multivitamin, a fish oil, and a good natural protein. And then in the performance line, it's like, okay, what does everybody need? So we really looked at it initially from what is needed, what did we feel was needed in those three categories, and then let's make the best version of those. And don't really worry about the cost that goes into making the product. Let's make a great product. And then, kind of the way we started, it's kind of like we put together the best product we possibly can that we feel is going to be the most effective, and then we look at the price point and we make sure that we can sell it at an affordable price. Obviously, you could have the best product in the world, but if you're selling a supplement that normally sells for $50 and you're selling it for $200, you're going to price yourself out of the market, which doesn't help anybody. So, but we've been really lucky. We put together these formulas that we feel like are the Mercedes of their category, and we get them priced out, and they're affordable. So it's something that, we always wonder, like, why isn't everybody doing this? You could, it's not as expensive as we would think to make kind of our dream product. And every time we've done that so far, we've been lucky, and it's our dream product has been affordable to where we could pass along the affordable pricing to our customers, which has been great. So that's kind of where we, I guess you'd say now it's driven by consumers and retailers. We feel like we have a pretty good line now to where we're happy with it, but we're always open to advice, and we're always open to our fans and customers and retailers. If they need something, we want to try to do everything we can to give them what they're looking for.
And I think that's important, is you need to keep evolving regardless of what's going on.
Yep, I agree. Absolutely. You can't get stagnant. You can't get boring. Everybody wants the latest, greatest. It's, the one thing that I guess you'd say that we continue to come out with is new flavors of burn. We always feel like people always want new flavors. No matter how many flavors are out there, they always want something new. So we're working on a handful of new flavors of burn as we speak, and that's something we'll continue to do, is try to expand that flagship product to where we have, 10, 12, 15, 20 flavors rather than just the 5 we have now.
So what new products do you have coming to market besides flavors? Anything new product-wise?
No, right now we've stuck with, we actually take that back. One product that we're working on is a Motiv8 Greens product. We've met with a couple of different companies on kind of what we want to put in there and see if they can, trying to get it flavored to where it tastes. Same thing, we want a great tasting greens formula because that's something that feedback from our customers. It's, hey, we love that you have a multi and a fish oil. I hate taking my vegetables. Is there anything you can have that I can take once a day that's going to give me all my fruits and vegetables? So that's what we're working on right now that I think would be the most exciting product outside of, like I said, the burn with the new flavors coming. But really, we're pretty happy with our line. We really want to make sure that we're constantly, constantly expanding. We want to continue to, like you said, be innovative and expand, but at the same time, we don't want to just create products just to create products. So yeah, the greens product will be the newest, and then we have probably 5 or 6 that are customer requests that we're just kind of doing the research now, but it's something that's the very beginning stages to see if it's something that really we can make an affordable version of, and that we feel would really sell, because it's, like I said, we love to make everything, but at the same time we can't make everything because it's just not it's not a realistic business model, unfortunately.
Sure. So what's I guess maybe what's the next steps for the company, in terms of goals for the company?
So, our goals, we want to continue to add great athletes across, one of our things across our focus has always been Instagram and social media. Right now, if we do a post on social media, if you count all of our athletes, over 4 million people see our post, which we're pretty proud of. And we just want to continue to expand our athlete base because really, not just because we want to expand our athlete base, but we feel like that gets the word out to a larger consumer base. So now if we have, again, I go back to the Ninja Warrior, but that's Ninja Warrior. There's so many people that didn't even know that there were going to be supplements that were going to help them with that type of training. So, we want to continue to broaden our athlete base so that we hit those crowds that don't even know. It goes back to the education over and over. It's how can we let people know that, hey, supplements are for you as well. It's not just for this guy or that guy. And that's really been our focus on just getting we feel like we have a great message about empowerment, where back to the whole, you don't have to, if you're a 250-pound woman and you lose 10 pounds, like, let's celebrate that. Great work, and it's something you don't have to be able to, be a ripped bikini model to be proud of that. So we just want to really get our message out there and continue to add great team members, because we feel like we have such a great, unique and great way of getting people involved and making people feel like they're truly part of something special, and it's not just somebody trying to sell them product. I always meet people on the street and give them my card and say, hey, follow us on Instagram. If you want to try any samples, let me know. Like, I don't even want you to buy anything. I just want you to feel like you're part of a team, and that's what we're really about. It's not about selling product. It's about, changing the industry, and I feel like we've done that on the consumer side. And then on the retailer side, we want to continue to get out there and let retailers know. It's one thing I didn't really touch on during the interview, I guess. But, me coming from retail, when I sat down with Joe and Trent and we put together a business model for Motiv8, we wanted to really have a brand that, I used to own retail stores, Joe, part of Nutrition Zone, Trent, part of Nutrition Zone. So we sat down and we said, okay, if I'm a retailer, what would I want in a brand? And we want a brand that's going to be a true business partner, that's going to support me with my marketing and promote me and have demo reps out there to support me and give me sample packs and allow me to make margins so I can keep my doors open and stuff like that, and protect my area so that everybody under the sun isn't selling the product across the street trying to get in price wars. So that's been our focus too, is really, we've expanded to Australia, Canada, Mexico, but we really want to continue to expand all over the world and get more and more partners across the world that are looking for true long-term business partners, not just, we're never going to be that brand that just is, hey, call me when you need more product. It's like, hey, what do you got going on in that area? Do you have a magazine ad? Let's do a co-op, and, we'll pay for half the magazine ad, you pay for half, and we can partner up. So we feel like we're a true business partner in the retail side, and I feel like there's a lot of great brands out there, but not all of them are true business partners. They're trying to sell you product, but coming from retail, if I were in retail again, I'm going to be biased, but Motiv8 would be at the top of my list of a brand that I'd want to have in my store, because I know they'd be a true business partner for me, and that's really our big focus and our big push this year is, is letting more and more retailers know that, hey, you've got a partner out there that 10 years from now you're not going to see us in the Walmarts and Costco's of the world. We're really going to protect you, and we're really going to protect your business. And that's really we want to get that message out as well. We've done a great job of letting consumers know about the empowerment and whatnot, but I feel like we haven't done as well on the retail side. So over the next year, I think you'll see us popping up in more and more retailers across the country too, where people can walk in and grab it off the street. Right now, probably over 100 locations, but we want to get that over 1,000 by the end of the year. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So, Mike, it's been a great conversation thus far, and I've really enjoyed learning about the company. Time to flip the coin over to you. Anything else you'd like to discuss on the show here?
No, not really. Just, anybody that has any questions, they can always reach out to me directly. My email is easy. It's mbires@motiv8performance.com, and that's with an 8. Our website is motiv8performance.com, and really just invite everybody to follow us on Instagram and, see the message that we're getting across. And that's the best way to kind of follow our athletes, and our Instagram handle is easy. It's just @motiv8performance with an 8. So, that's really, that's really all I want, is just to continue to spread the message. And anybody who's out there that wants to be part of something great, by all means, reach out to us and join our Motiv8 movement, because we feel like we have something special, and we're looking to continue to spread it worldwide. So any questions anybody has, I'm always all ears, and I love talking to consumers directly, retailers. I love talking to everybody. It's kind of my passion, and it has been ever since I've been young. So, that's really all I've got.
Well, Mike, again, on behalf of the listeners, I can't thank you enough. This brings another great episode of Supp-Talk Radio to a close. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for contests, articles, and overall industry news. And, of course, thank you once again to Mike Bires for joining us today. Stay well, train smart, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.